Hi Gemini, welcome to the Esoteric Empire. This is a reading for my Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Nodes. We're focused on what you're leaving behind, what you're realizing, and then what good news and exciting news that you can expect to come, okay? So, your Oracle message is the Authority card. The base of this reading, the theme, the storyline of this reading is basically taking power back, but it also could be that you're experiencing some challenging situations with someone who's very stubborn or someone who, you know, is in high position, and maybe you're going against this person, and it can be tough, you know, when someone has all the power or when someone is seen as always right. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what part of this situation you're experiencing, but let's just go ahead and see how this is affecting you. Okay, Gemini, you're leaving quite a few things behind. This is a very major moment for you, okay, within your life. All right, Gemini, so the first thing I want to point out, very interesting spread. On this side over here, we have all of the things that you're leaving behind, okay? Lots of things. It could be multiple things for different people. One or more may resonate for you. And then I want you to see over here in this area, these are all of the good things that you're about to experience. Way more energy than even that, and that was a lot in itself. Justice. So there's the scales, balance, right in the middle of all of this. Now I want you to realize with the scales, you're basically weighing out, you know, right versus wrong, good versus bad, etc. I want you to see that everything good happening to you is heavier than everything bad that you're leaving behind. So just let that sink in. Think about what I just said for a second, okay? So let's just hop in because this is about to be an amazing reading. I can already feel it. So one of the things that you're leaving behind is interference. Okay, now this interference could be interference like mentally, like maybe you're having a really hard time focusing. I'm seeing that, you know, in any type of situation, this could be, you know, relationship, this could be money. You could be worried about like how you're going to be able to do this or how you're going to be able to sustain this, yada yada. I'm also seeing that you're having a shift in mindset within your money life or your living situation. You're looking at things like, I'm leaving that behind. I don't want to think about that anymore. I don't want to care if I'm going to be able to make it to next month, or if I'm going to be able to, you know, like you're leaving that mentality behind, that suffering mentality, that victim mentality. You're leaving that behind. Some of you are leaving a certain job behind because you're realizing it's not worth your energy. You deserve more. That could be monetarily or just respectfully, like, you know, you deserve more out of what you're doing. You're putting an end to all of that. You're putting an end to it. I feel like for some of you, this is very interesting. I've never really gotten this message with the Death card, but I'm seeing someone kind of like every time they breathe, life is pulled from them. And I see you're leaving that situation behind. I don't know if that's a person you're dealing with. I don't know if it's a person who talks to you and every time they speak to you, it drains you. Or every time they talk to you, they put fear into you or something. I'm seeing that it could be a job where every time you're there, you just feel like dying, like you hate it there. It's something to that effect, yes? So you have to be the judge of what that would be for you. But let's go ahead and look a little bit deeper. All right, Gemini, so we have quite a few cards for you, of course. So we have Knight of Cups, we have the Moon, and we have the Emperor. So I feel like you're leaving behind someone who has been in your past. This could be a lover that you're currently with, or someone that you used to date that has still a hold for whatever reason. I feel like this person always comes very charming for the most part, or there's somebody that you thought was one way and then you realize over time that's not truly them. I'm seeing that you also are seeing that for some of you there's like a pattern where you just expect the worst when it comes to your love life. I'm seeing that a lot of you are leaving that mindset behind as well. Like, you know that there's better out there, or you know that you can have better. Okay, and I feel like that's something that you did not understand for a very long time. There could be someone who's higher up. If this is a career setting, you're understanding that they don't have as much control as they say. Or they're not budging. So you're realizing, okay, maybe I need to leave that situation behind. But that could be a person as well, you know? Someone who's very stubborn and you know, what they say goes. They feel like they're always right. They're very jaded in their judgment of things. The way that they see things is not how it's really happening, but they gaslight you or something like that. All of the above could be something that you're experiencing. Yes, I do. For some, it's one or two things. It's either a toxic relationship. I don't want to say toxic, but it's either a relationship that you need to release, or it's a something that you've been putting in a lot of work into, investing into. So that could be your career or your relationship. I think it's someone's relationship where they put so much work into it, it started to feel like a job. You know, like it wasn't enjoyable anymore. They felt like they were working for the person that they were with. Like it was very, just a nasty situation. And I see that you're leaving all of that behind because it wasn't conducive to your growth. It was prohibiting you to be able to connect to yourself internally. It drained you. It was disappointing. You spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to fix it, but truthfully speaking, there was no way to fix this because it was not just you, it was the other person. You felt like all of this was a bad situation. You felt like things needed to be fixed, and they thought everything was okay because they were always in authority. That's who you're dealing with. That's what this authority is. That person that had such a hold on you, who had so much control over you. Wow. Someone that may have been obsessed with you. I just heard till death do us part. This could have been someone who was very abusive. I'll put it that way. If I can't have you, no one will. I feel like this is a pattern you've seen. So even if you hadn't gone through this situation, maybe you've seen this growing up, or maybe you've seen a toxic relationship and it scares you from even being in a relationship. So all you do is spend your time working. So then you can have authority over people at work instead of someone having authority over you in love. But I think you're leaving all of this behind. Now notice how, when I'm speaking about all of this, how much time I spent on it. That is a metaphor, or that is a symbology, or that's symbolic to how much time you've invested thinking about this throughout your life. It's taken hold of you for quite some time. You used to obsess over this, or you used to feel like you were in hell, or you used to go in cycles, you know? Trying to get out of this, or trying to figure out how to fix the situation. And I don't want to get too personal, Gemini, but what I will say, a cycle ends as soon as you step out of it. So if you're on a circle like this continuously, the only way to stop that cycle or to not be a part of it is to go straight. Pick another way, you know what I'm saying? The cycle will keep going on for whoever's a part of it, whoever's on the merry-go-round. But as soon as you decide to step off, no matter how fast it may be going, no matter how hurt you may get trying to leave it or hopping off of the ride, once you do it, you're not on it unless you get back on it. So with any cycle, with any addiction, with any codependent cycle, with any hellish activity, with any obsessive situation, find an exit, hop off, and run away as fast as you can. That's all I'm going to say on that. Now, what I see that you're realizing, we have the Justice card. I see that you're realizing what is right and what is wrong. And I'm also realizing that some of you see that you may have to get the laws involved in this, or legal action must be taken. So that is what you're realizing. And I think you're also realizing that it's not a bad thing for you to see what's right and what's wrong. You understand? Especially if you've been quote unquote brainwashed, or if you've been in a situation where you've been taken advantage of. And not to make you the victim, because I don't want to do that. But I'm saying if you've been in a situation where you really truthfully thought you were doing the right thing by allowing this person to treat you this way, you're realizing, hell no, that's not it. That's not the way that this is supposed to go. No. I'm seeing that you realize what you want. I see that you realize that there is something that you can rise to the occasion. It could be spirituality. It could be your faith in your children. It could be what you want to see happen in the future. It could be your faith in the government, honey. I don't know what you believe in, but it's showing that what you want, it may take a little while to get there, but it starts with you. And you are the deciding factor. You are the judge within the situation. Your own internal law will determine how you take action in fixing the situation that you're leaving. your internal law. Okay? Now, I'm not saying you should go do something that is illegal, but I'm saying you have to look at it for what you believe is right and wrong, and you figure out how you're supposed to deal with it. So instead of someone else, whoever this person is, telling you, no, like that's wrong, we've been together for so long, or why would you do that? That's not a good idea. You're supposed to do that. Like, they're telling you what's right and what's wrong. Now you're telling yourself. And you're realizing how much authority you have over your own self. Your morals are shifting. You're realizing that even if you can't see what your next step is, you know that because you chose to get on this path to walk, that's all that matters. If you can't see, Spirit will guide you. You're realizing that, look, at this point, there's nothing that I can do that will better the situation besides me getting away from it. So, in that right, that's what you're going to do. You're going to trust in your faith, whatever that is. You're going to trust in yourself. You're going to trust that you know how this situation goes. So now you're going to move on to something different and see how that works out. Because you want to. Yes? Now, the good things coming towards you, we have so many good things, all right? So let's go ahead and hop into all these beautiful blessings. The first thing that I want to show you is the Justice card. To me, being that you're realizing justice and you're receiving justice, especially if this is a court matter, you're winning, okay? So I don't know if this is like custody or if this is a separation, if this is divorce, if this is, what is it? Restraining order, whatever it is, you're getting that for yourself. But you're also acknowledging that you have the power to decide what's right and what's wrong within your own life. You have the Lovers and the Nine of Wands. You also have the Princess of Cups. So what I'm seeing here is, for some of you, depending on your circumstances, some of you are going to be meeting someone very soon who wants to give you love that you've been needing or that you deserve. This could be someone who's been trying to do this for you for a very long time, and you finally gave them the opportunity to, and it turns out beautiful. This is also saying that with the Lovers card and the Nine of Wands, the only thing stopping you from your true harmony, your true self, or whether this is being in tune with yourself or being in tune with another person that is good for you, the only thing that's stopping you is you being afraid because of your past, okay, or because of what you think may happen. So keep that in mind as well. Don't allow the situation to taint what you could have in the future. Just be wise and use the experience that you've already experienced from your past to help you in the future, but don't think that everybody is like that, okay? We have the Hangman and we have the Temperance card here. So you're also going to be receiving very, very big amounts of support from Spirit. I feel like your higher self is definitely here, definitely giving you pats on the back, definitely going to just be guiding you, and things are just going to be so in a line, so synchronized. Like, you're going to be like, dang, like I saw that and then this happened and I got this opportunity and then this person showed up. Like, that's how you know when things are really just, you know, working out. You're on the right path. Also, I see that you're going to have patience. Your patience is going to be restored. Your peace of serenity, your peace of mind is going to be restored, okay? So for some people that's like, okay, whatever. But no, you know what you've been going through, Gemini, and you know how much your mind has just been going everywhere, you know? And so for you to have that peace of mind is an amazing thing, because you're not always looking over your shoulder. You're not always wondering what's going to happen next and all of that, okay? I feel like some of you are going to be meeting a male. He's going to be what you need in your life for you, okay? So I feel like that is something that will be happening for you soon. Okay, we have the Wheel, we have the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Yes, so I'm seeing that when you start receiving all of these things, there's no stopping it. It just keeps going up and up and up, unless you go backwards or unless you go to something that is not good for you, of course. This is like, it's already set in motion. It's fate. This is your karmic payback or karmic payment for getting through something, but then having the strength to realize where you went wrong and to fix it within your own life. You also have the Four of Pentacles, so there's going to be, you know, some money that is becoming, like you're being able to save more, meaning that you probably have more money and you're responsible with it. And it also means you're going to have peace, like I'm saying, that this tranquility is going to be very evident here. Also, like good fortune and things like that, good luck, if you want to put it that way. Just because you're on the right path and you're not doing anything wrong, you're not around someone who is doing bad things, okay? So you're not reaping their karma. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So a really big boost in your creative or your career life. I see that your passion is ignited. I see that your sex life is amazing with whoever this person is. A lot of passion, and not just like meeting someone and, you know, all that like whirlwind romance. This is like really a true connection. Maybe even a twin flame experience for you. I'm seeing that this situation is like, this is what happens when you do the work. When you really realize, okay, look, I probably could have did some things differently, but moving forward, I'm going to choose to be my own authority, and I'm going to be accountable for the things that I do or do not do in my life. And once that happens, you start literally attracting the path that is already paved for you, that's already written for you to experience for yourself. For some of you who have this person coming towards you, 3 different signs, okay? They could be the sign or it could just be the energy, okay? So we have Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces showing up. They could be in tune with spirit, like maybe they're able to channel, so you may find them through like spirituality. This also could be someone who has they're very good at conversation, or they have a very interesting mind. And so if you're into, you know, that type of energy, then that's probably going to be what attracts you. I'm also seeing that this person has been through, you know, dark times, and they have a way of understanding things or overstanding it, seeing it from a higher perspective to help you through some of the things maybe you've been through. And I just feel like this combination is beautiful because you're an air sign, you know, so this energy of air is already here, which is something you're comfortable with, but they also have other attributes that will contribute to this romantic situation that will happen for you. So thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. If you liked what you heard and, you know, you want to see more, you can always subscribe to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for allowing me to give you some clarity and to give you some support and strength as you move through this time period for yourself. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Gemini.